debate in this House by all the party members are par excellence. Sir, on this occasion, I think this is the right time and right place to put on record 3 things. Number one, our Honorable Leader of Opposition told that only in Rajya Sabha a member can speak in any of the 22 languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, and that you only brought it into action. Wherever you go, you have advocated for the regional languages to cherish. You advise everyone, please protect, enrich your mother tongue. At the same time, learn other languages also. Nothing wrong in that. Based on that only you've done. And other 2 things, which many of our colleagues themselves would not know, but I would like to put on record today, not to the members in this House, but also to the people outside in the world. Sir, there has been a customary and convention in the Parliament. It's a British legacy. Whenever a member or a minister lay a paper on the table of the House, the convention is, I beg to lay on the table of the House. See, I am a product of the self-respect movement, sir. So such words were indigestible. We were not able to digest. Sir, I have represented to your predecessors many a time, to the government also many a time, but nobody bothered. Sir, I must appreciate and thank you. You only removed that word there. Why in a democratic republic anyone should beg anyone? So you removed that word, sir, and now with heads held high, every member and minister are just tabling their papers, sir. Not beg. They lay the paper on the table of the House. They raise to lay the paper on the table of the House. And second, sir, all notices we send to the Secretariat are addressed to the Secretary General. And many might not have noticed, sir, when we sign, it is yours faithfully. It doesn't suit a member of Parliament to write to an official, yours faithfully. It's not a school. I represented it to you, sir. You asked what can be the substitute. I said yours sincerely. And now all our notices are having yours sincerely. I don't know about the other house. I don't want to tell that even if it be. Sir, you upheld the dignity of the members. As well as always you were very much interested in upholding the decorum and dignity of this house. Sir, we cannot forget your days in this house as chairman. There are many other things. And personally, I cannot forget you. I can recollect you many a time. Whenever I see S.V. Rangarao on the screen, I will be reminded of you only. That majestic look and walk, only you resemble. And you will be in Chennai. That also I know. You will be very close to us. I request you, sir, direct told you will write. I say, please write an autobiography, which will be your real contribution to the posterity of this country, sir. Only one word, sir. We will miss you. We will miss you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shiva. Sri Sanjay Singh.
धन्यवाद सर, आपने आज मुझे इस भावुक अवसर पर अपनी बात कहने का मौका दिया। सर, जब मैं इस सदन में आया तो विपक्ष में होने के नाते कई बार अपने मुद्दों को लेके आपके गुस्से, आपकी नाराजगी का सामना भी करना पड़ा। लेकिन मैं आज पूरे देश को इस सदन से कहना चाहता हूं कि मैं ऐसा सौभाग्यशाली सांसद हूं जिसको सबसे अधिक प्यार आपका मिला है, सबसे अधिक गाइडेंस आपकी मिली है, सबसे अधिक समझाने का काम इस चेयर से हटने के बाद आपने किया। जब भी कभी चैम्बर में गया, आप एक अलग इंसान थे। घर पे गया, एक अलग इंसान थे। चेयर पे आपने हमेशा समझाने का काम किया कि सदन के मर्यादा के हिसाब से चलो। मुझसे इन 4.5 वर्षों में कभी भी कोई भूल, कोई गलती हुई हो सर, मैं उसके लिए आपसे माफी चाहता हूं, हाथ जोड़कर माफी चाहता हूं। और उसमें कुछ भी व्यक्तिगत नहीं था सर। उसमें जो कुछ भी था, कभी देश के किसी मुद्दे पर, कभी जनता के किसी मुद्दे पर, जो भी मुझसे गलती हुई मैं उसके लिए क्षमा प्रार्थी हूं। आपका एक वाक्य आपने इसी चेयर से बैठ के कहा था, ये हाउस, ये राज्यसभा का सदन उसी का प्रतिनिधित्व करता है, और आपने उस भावना को हमेशा इस सदन में जीवित रखा। और आपके वो वाक्य थे, विविधता में एकता, भारत की विशेषता। आपने सारी भाषाओं में, यहां तक कि जो हमारी स्थानीय भाषाएं थी उसमें भी हमें सदन में बोलने की अनुमति दी। ये आपकी एक वैचारिक सोच का प्रतीक है सर, और इसके लिए हम सब आपके बहुत बहुत आभारी हैं। सर, आप हो सकता है इस चेयर पे आगे हम लोगों को ना दिखें, लेकिन मैं एक बार जरूर आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, जैसे प्यार से भोजन के लिए हम लोगों को बुलाते थे, ये सिलसिला रुकना नहीं चाहिए। जब भी दिल्ली आप आए, दिल्ली का सांसद होने के नाते हम चाहेंगे उसकी सूचना हमें मिले और हम सारे लोग आपके साथ बैठें, आपसे हमेशा सीखते रहें। बहुत बहुत आभार आम आदमी पार्टी की ओर से, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की ओर से और सदन के हमारे सभी सांसदों की ओर से। आपके उज्जवल भविष्य की प्रभु से ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं करता हूं सर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू संजय। डॉक्टर सस्मित पात्रा।
Honorable Chairman, sir, it's a very poignant day. It's a very heavy day. And before, I don't want to bid you farewell, honestly. I honestly don't want to bid you farewell. I just hoped you would stay on and on. But then life has its own transitions. So I want to first thank you on behalf of my party, Biju Janata Dal, on behalf of our leader, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, for your service to the nation, for your service to this country, for your service to this house, and for being the great man that you are, with your simplicity, with your charm, with your dedication, with your commitment, for having done so much for all of us. So it's been only 3 years. It's been only 3 years that I have come to know you personally, but it seems like a lifetime. Time is short. Honorable Prime Minister was speaking about how you have always promoted youth, how you have promoted the regional languages. Honorable LOP, Honorable Members of Parliament have been speaking. I'll not elaborate on that. I brought evidence to the House today, sir. The evidence I'm going to lay on for everyone to see. The day was February 7th, 2020. The day before, I had been to you in your chamber and you said, Sasmit, why don't you speak in Odia? It's your mother tongue. Speak more. The next day I spoke in Odia, my first 0 hour, on a specific topic. You're in the chair, sir, and you said, Uttam Kahu Chanti. You spoke well. After a few minutes, I get this brief note from you, sir. What does it say? Evidence. Uttam Kahu Chanti, written by you, signed Sri Venkaiah Naidu, to me, Sasmit Patra. So why I brought this evidence? There are many evidences. But why I brought this evidence to the House is because this was a note for you. For me, it's a memory of a lifetime. It will stay with me as long as I am there. And that is what Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji means to all of us. So promotion of youth. There are many young members who have come in very new to the House. And I just wanted to probably take this opportunity to tell you how you have promoted the youth members of Parliament, the young members of Parliament. In August 2020, Sunday had a phone call in the evening saying that I have been appointed to the panel of vice chairman of the Rajya Sabha. I was surprised. I said, I'm only 13 months into the Rajya Sabha. Sir, you were the person when I called in the evening, sir. Do you think I'm capable of presiding over this August House? Do you think I'll be ever able to do justice? You said, I believe in you, I stand by you, you do your work, you keep working hard. That was Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji. Sir, I will not take much time. You've always been a friend of Odisha. Whenever we have brought matters of Odisha before you, sir, you've always given us a patient hearing. Whenever there have been matters of Odisha that have to be raised in the House, you were always open to the idea of how we can develop more and more. Whenever our new members of parliament from across party lines used to come up, you used to encourage them. So one thing I must tell you, sir, your presence in the chair is very reassuring. Your presence in the chair gives us strength. And your presence in the chair, you have inspired and motivated not only the members of parliament of the Rajya Sabha, you have inspired and motivated every youth of this nation. And I say that with a great measure of humility. Sir, at the end, I'd just like to tell you today I'm reminded of the words of Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. I think today, sir, you have miles to go. And as Derek ji said, you have more than 20 years of public life left. You will continue to inspire us every day. You will continue to cherish your memories every day. With these words, I thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your leadership. On behalf of Biju Janata Dal, our leader, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, we thank you for your service to the nation. Thank you.
Sasmit ji. Sri Vijay Sai Reddy.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, needless to mention that every Telugu person today is proud that this August House is chaired by a Telugu man. On behalf of 9 crore of Telugu people, that you have made us proud, really proud. I speak, in fact, on behalf of 9 crore people, and we all feel proud of you, sir. Sir, your political, because I hail from Nellore district and you also hail from Nellore district, and your political, in fact, I have attended so many public meetings as a student and we all inspired. And your political rise is inspirational for all of us, not only Nellorites, even for the entire country, sir. When you rise, we all feel that as if we have risen. This is the inspiration what we have got, sir. As Honorable Prime Minister has said, and your articulation and the command over all the 3 languages, Telugu, Hindi and English, and I don't know the other languages, and Tamil also, and really appreciated. And sir, the entire nation would recollect that August 5th, 2019, when the emotions ran high and this House was discussing the abrogation of Article 370, and your presence on the chair gave strength to the smaller regional parties like us at that point of time to speak freely and help pass the resolution, sir. Sir, I take this opportunity to appreciate your support that you have extended to the committees, standing committees, and how you have, how under you the parliamentary standing committees gained importance, and you have reviewed from time to time and gave inspiration to all of us, sir, the chairmen as well as the members of the standing committee, sir. Sir, Sabhapati Mahoday, sir. Sir, one incident I would like to recollect at this point of time. One more minute, sir. 6 साल पहले जब मैं इस सदन में आया था, almost 6 years back, sir, तब मैं आखिरी कतार में बैठता था, sir, the last row. Sir, मुझे लगता था कि बोलने का मौका शायद नहीं मिलेगा. Never thought, sir. Never thought that I would get. लेकिन आपने मुझे बोलने का मौका दिया. मुझे ही नहीं बल्कि सभी not only me, sir, सभी नए सदस्यों को बोलने का मौका दिया, सर. सर, मैं सबकी तरफ से आपको धन्यवाद देता हूं। एक और कारण है सर, जिसकी वजह से मैं आपका आभारी रहूंगा। अपने मुझे चेयर पर बैठकर सदन चलने की योग्य संजा मुझे मौका दिया सर। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। आप हमेशा स्वस्थ रहे, प्रसन्न रहे, यह कामना करता रहूं। बहुत बहुत
Thank you. K. Keshava Rao, Dr. Keshava Rao, not there. Sri Ahmad Ashfaq Karim, please. अर्जुन, आप हमेशा है।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे रेस्पेक्टेड चेयरमैन साहब, आपने मुझे ये मौका दिया और ये सुनहरा मौका मैं किसी तरह से खोना नहीं चाह रहा था। आज मैं अप्रैल 2018 से इस सदन में हूँ। वाकई आज का जो माहौल है, ऐसा माहौल मैंने कभी नहीं देखा। ये सिर्फ आपकी मोहब्बतों और जमहूरी निज़ाम की तरह हाउस को चलाने के बदले आज लोग कुछ एक अजब सा माहौल है। आज इस तारीखी और यादगार अलविदाई प्रोग्राम के मौके पर खुशी और गम के जज्बात का मिला जुला असर अपने वजूद समेत पूरे मजमे में मैं देख रहा हूँ। और ये सिर्फ आपकी मोहब्बतों, आपने जो मोहब्बत दिया है उसके नतीजे में है। खुशी इस बात की है कि हमारे जमहूरी निज़ाम इस कदर मजबूत और खूबसूरत हैं कि इसके पाबंद आप जैसे कद्दावर लीडर और तारीख साज रहनुमा भी हैं। मुद्दत सदारत मुकम्मल हुआ और खुश दिली से न सिर्फ अलविदा कह गए, बल्कि अलविदाई तकरीब को आप जीनत भी बख्श रहे हैं। और आपसे पहले के हमारे बुजुर्गों ने भी यही किया और वह आइंदा भी यही रहेगा। हर कोई अपनी मुद्दत पूरी करने के बाद बावकार चेयर दूसरों को सपुर्द कर देता है। यही सिलसिला चल रहा है, दूसरों को हवाले कर देता है। इससे हमें बहुत कुछ सीखना चाहिए, हमें बहुत कुछ इससे सीख मिलती है। खुशी इस बात की भी है कि आपने अपनी पूरी मुद्दत में तमाम अरकान यानी माननीय सदस्यों का न सिर्फ एहतराम किया, बल्कि उन्हें अच्छे माहौल में अपनी बातें सदन में रखने का मौका भी दिया और जमहूरी रवायात व इक़्तिदार को कायम रखने की हत्तल इम्कान कोशिश करते रहे। लेकिन गम के जज्बात का भी दिमाग और दिलों पर गहरा असर है। आपकी यादें, आपकी बातें मुद्दतों तक रहेंगी दिलों पर, और इस मजबूत मुल्क के सियासी और तारीखी पन्नों में आपका नाम अदब से लिया जाता रहेगा। हम सब दुआ करते हैं कि आपकी अगली जिंदगी भी सेहत व आफियत के साथ गुजरे और समाज व मुल्क को तरक्की की राह पर लाने की आपकी कोशिशें जारी रहें। गूंजते रहेंगे तेरे अल्फाज मेरे कानों में, तूने तो आराम से कह दिया अलविदा दोस्तों।
थैंक यू करीम जी। डॉक्टर जॉन ब्रिटास।
Thank you, sir. I endorse whatever has been spoken here by my esteemed and senior colleagues, including the Honorable Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition. Nevertheless, I consider this as my bounden duty to place the appreciation, gratitude, and best wishes of my party, CPIM, on record. Sir, as you know, we are from the opposite sides of the ideological spectrum. But, sir, I have no hesitation in lauding your clarity of conviction. Sir, you belong to the category of statesmen with an organic thinking. What has impressed me the most, sir, I would speak what I feel at heart. I won't speak a word which is not part of my thought process. Sir, you are a living example of the great diversity of this nation. And that is the underlying thread of the unity of this country, sir. So I have a reason why I say so. When there is a chorus that is shriller, louder, for uniformity of behavior, culture, language, and even food, sir, you stand tall as a lamppost of rich diversity that the country is and should be, sir. Sir, can I submit you, sir? Even the spotless Dravidian attire shows that. Sir, many have spoken about the hospitality, sir. So I have my personal experience of almost 3 decades. Javadekar-ji, more than 3 decades. Please note the point. Sir, as a journalist, I have observed you shifting your base from Andhra to the vortex of the national politics. Sir, you are simply the king of hospitality. I don't think anybody else in this house can match you. Sir, I would relish those days when we had sumptuous non-vegetarian meals. I stress on that, non-vegetarian meals. I am vegetarian too, as much as I am non-vegetarian. At your house and at the BJP office. Nadaji, please note the point. Many of my juniors in journalism are pleasantly surprised to think about the menu at that time, sir. Sir, at that time, prawns and cooks used to fly from Vijayawada and Guntur to Delhi. Sir, I think I would be missing in my duty if I don't spell out this point. There is a feeling amongst many, sir, that you would go down in the history as the president the nation has missed. So this is something which I thought I should say. Sir, yes, sir, I have been seeing the house from inside and outside, from above, sir. Sir, I can't think of a chairman who got involved with the nitty-gritty of the house like you, sir. I have not seen any chairman, sir. Many used to come here, sit for an hour and leave. But you used to get involved, even to the minutest aspect of the house, sir. This, I think, sir, your long, grueling journey from a village from Andhra, becoming an MLA, MP, minister, and also helping the organizational structure of a political party. And, sir, with this long experience, you could even read the minutest emotion in our minds. Sir, one important aspect in your approach was that you are cut for the parliamentary democracy. I should say that. And you are living at a time the parliamentary democracy needs you more. I would say that, sir. Derek was saying about Parliament becoming a dark chamber. I don't know what he actually meant, but I feel that you are living at a time when we require you more, sir. Sir, your habit of disagreeing but allowing us and respecting us the right to express our view was something which should be talked about, sir. Sir, one more thing, sir. Small political parties. That is something which I need to say, because you believed and you had the conviction that though the sum of the parties may be insignificant in numbers, their voice are relevant and vital to the existence of this nation as a plural polity. Sir, I would be failing in my personal duty if I don't speak about my experience, sir. Please give me 1 minute, sir. Sir, after making my maiden speech on the following day, sir, you should allow me to say that because Honorable PM was saying that you have the pension to promote young and new members, sir. On the following day, I got a call from Vice President's house. I was pleasantly surprised and I was little concerned or worried also. And after a few seconds, you were on the line, sir. And you told me that you may not agree with me fully, but my speech was wonderful and you appreciated the homework which I did. Sir, I didn't even share this to my family because my family would think that, you see, my character has changed after becoming a member of parliament. Sir, but you followed it up. And you also said something, sir. You said that after reading all the newspapers, you were so sad that not even a single newspaper wrote a single line about my speech which impressed you, sir. Sir, you didn't stop there, sir. After 2 days at a public function, you narrated this, and you also said about the sad plight of the childless, sir. It was a perfect indictment of the media, which is indulging in trivial, sensationalism, and frivolous. Right. I also partially respond, sir. Sir, the other day, when few of us came to your chamber with my leader, Mr. Elamaran Karim, Mr. Binoy Vishwam, and Tiruchi Shiva, he is also a leftist leader, and you were pouring out your reminiscence about the legendary communist leaders. You talked about Bhupesh Gupta, you talked about Indrajit Gupta, A.K. Gopalan, you talked about Somnath Chatterjee, and you said, though you differ in ideology, you would want the leftist movement to survive and to be present in parliament in full vitality and vigor, sir. Sir, one more minute, sir. Sir, when you inaugurated the school in Chennai, because since Shivaji didn't say I should say that, you quoted renowned Tamil poet Bharatiyar, and you said, it is more virtuous to educate a child than to build 1,000 temples. So that is very relevant, sir. Sir, you have set a benchmark, and I would say it is not an obstacle for your successor, but it's an inspiration. Like Mahatma Gandhi said, sir, as many men has exalted in greatness when they relinquished the chair. As he said, power is of two kinds. One is obtained by the fear of punishment, and other by acts of love. Power based on love is 1,000 times more effective and permanent than the one derived from fear of punishment, sir. Wish you the best for all your future endeavors, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Honorable members, I have a list before me. We have 32 speakers. Keep the time in mind. And I don't want to cut anybody in between, but at the same time, the duty compels me that I should remind you about the time. And there are many more other than proposed by party also want to say something. We will be able to do justice to them provided if we are able to complete it on time. Now it is Sri Ramnath Thakur.
श्रद्धेय सभापति महोदय, जिस तरह एक परिवार का मुखिया सारे सदस्यों को देखभाल करता है, उसी तरह राज्यसभा में आपके आने के बाद सारे सदस्यों को आपने एक गार्जियन की हैसियत से देखा, समझा और उसे दिशा निर्देश दिया। संसदीय जीवन में आपने जो ज्ञान, अनुभव, बुद्धि का जो इस्तेमाल किया, मैं उससे बहुत प्रभावित हुआ। आपने 13 सत्रों की अध्यक्षता की और देखा कि सदस्यों का गुस्सा कैसे आपने झेला और कितने अच्छे ढंग से अनुभव के आधार पर उस गुस्सा को शांत किया। आपके अध्यक्षता में 177 बिल पास हुए और समयबद्ध तरीके से आपने बिल का निष्पादन किया। मैं अपनी तरफ से, अपने परिवार की तरफ से, अपने दल की तरफ से बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री श्री नीतीश कुमार जी की तरफ से नहीं बिहार के 13 करोड़ जनता की तरफ से, राज्यसभा में जितने मेंबर हैं उनकी तरफ से मैं आपके स्वास्थ्य के अच्छे स्वास्थ्य की कामना करता हूं और यह कहना चाहता हूं, किसी रचनाकार ने कहा है, नजरें बता रही है तुम दूर जा रहे हो, नजरें बता रही है तुम दूर जा रहे हो, पर दिल ये कह रहा है आप पास आ रहे हो। इन्हीं चंद शब्दों के साथ मैं आपके प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद रामनाथ जी। श्री डॉक्टर तंबिदुरै।
மாண்புமிகு அவைத்தலைவர் அவர்களே, முதலில் என் பணிவான நன்றியையும் வணக்கங்களையும் தங்களுக்கு அன்புடன் அர்ப்பணித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். Mr. Chairman, sir, I thank the opportunity given to me to pay my gratitude to the Honorable Vice President and Chairman of this House, who is demitting the office today after a long, cherished career spanning over half a decade, starting from your college days, sir. Sir, I recollect the long friendship I have with you since the days you came to the Parliament in 1998. I was Minister for Law and Surface Transport under the able leadership of Sri Vajpayee ji. So I had the opportunity of seeing you in the Rajya Sabha participating in many of its activities. And also, sir, when I has become the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, support of our Honorable Modi ji and our Amma, you were the Parliament Affairs Minister there. And also, I have seen your hard work and pleasant manner in dealing with the friends and fellow members have been the prime dreams for your study growth, sir. And also, sir, I want to mention the days you have spent in Apollo Hospital when Amma was, Honorable Chief Minister was in the hospital. You have spent a long time helping us how to recover from the death condition. But unfortunately, she faced that last days of the death in the hospital. You are the instrument there. You went a lot of time to arrange all the arrangements for all funeral and everything. I cannot forget, and our party ADM cannot forget all these things. How you spent with us those days, sir. I am very grateful to you. So at the same time, sir, as Minister for Rural Development under the able leadership of Modi ji and Parliament Affairs Minister of Urban Development, Housing, Minister for Implementation and other activities, under the poverty alleviation, you have given an impeccable administration.
Please,
you have
please. शांति आपस में
initiated
बात नहीं करना.
several noteworthy reforms in the ministries you have held. Your contribution to the success of the Pradhan Mantri Graman Sadak Yojana is a commendable initiative, sir. And also, sir, and also as our other friends said, you are a true leader to give importance to all languages, national languages. They are called regional languages, not as national languages, as you said many times, sir. And you had the opportunity, as even Prime Minister, others said, to rise and speak in their own languages. That is your initiative, sir. We are appreciating. We won't forget, sir. That's your true federalism is shown that how our Indian culture has to be preserved in the diversity must be strong that you have said that we cannot forget. And also, as others said, your speech and your vocabulary we cannot forget. And you are a very experienced man, sir. and your guide and also as a model to us in the coming days. As others said, sir, there is no retirement in your life. Still there is a time. Always I am having that kind of thinking, sir. You are a vice president now. Vice president is not the end. There are other posts also there. Therefore, you in your public life, it may be a temporary phenomena. You are diminuting the office, but there is the opportunity. God will wish you that you come up once again to guide us in the parliament also in some other capacity. I am hoping that, sir. In that sense, sir, I don't want, as you said, as also I am presiding officer, many 15 years I served in the Lok Sabha. As you instructed, I cannot most of the time. I am once again limit my everything speech. You will have many more opportunities in the future to serve the Mother India. May God bless you in the health, happiness, joy, and all the best wishes, sir. Thank you very much.
Nandri, Ambidore, thank you. Sri Farpul Patel.
Chairman, sir, I consider it my honor to have known you ever since the days you came to Parliament. You came as a member of this House, and I probably was a member of that House during those days. And I also consider it my privilege to have served under you as the chairman of this House. We have very many fond memories. And also the fact that you and my leader Sharad Pawar ji also enjoy a very special relationship, a very special bond, both because of your deep love for rural India, the agricultural community, and that is, I'm sure, a big binding factor between the two of you. Sir, you have always been very kind, very supportive. I have seen you in, as I said, in different roles. When you were minister in the government, Vajpayee ji's government, as the rural development minister, we would come many a times with our constituency works, and you would be more than forthcoming and more than willing to help and support any good work which any member of parliament, irrespective of party affiliations, would come to you. These are qualities, sir, which don't come to everybody naturally, but I think the kind of...
आप पहले ये निकाल के सुनिए, शांत से बैठिए.
I don't think, sir, these qualities have to be acquired. They are natural to you, that you have been very, very supportive of all members of parliament. Even here we have seen, as the chairman, sir, you have encouraged many new members, have acknowledged that fact, that how you have been giving them opportunities to speak about not only their area in national interest, in many other areas of interest which members of parliament may have, and also the fact that you have been also troubled a lot by us as a house. I've seen many emotional moments which you have gone through. And actually, I tell you, sir, I've been pained whenever I have seen sometimes a tear or two in your eye. I know the anguish and the dilemma which you were going through. And I'm sure members also acknowledged it. Maybe there were political compulsions. But as far as I am concerned, or my party and Sharad Pawar ji are concerned, you know very well, sir, you have drawn a Lakshman Rekha for decorum in this parliament, and which we have always, always adhered to. I've never given you, or our party has never given you, any reason to feel agitated or feel angry about our conduct. But nonetheless, sir, I think it is many a thing one can speak. Many have spoken. You have already mentioned about the paucity of time. So all I can say, sir, we wish you all the very best, sir. आपके जीवन में बहुत बहुत अभी और कुछ योगदान आपको इस देश के लिए करना बाकी है, सर. तो आप यहाँ से जाएं और कोई जगह पर अपने कार्य की शुरुआत करें, लेकिन आपसे एक ही गुजारिश है, सर, कि आप जहाँ भी रहे स्वस्थ रहे, लेकिन कभी हम लोगों को अलविदा ना कहे.
प्रफुल्ल जी, श्री शिवसेना कोई है? नहीं. श्री राम गोपाल यादव जी, प्रोफेसर राम गोपाल यादव।
श्रीमान, इस तरह के अवसरों पर मैं अक्सर अपनी बात पूरी कभी कह नहीं पाता। मैंने इससे पहले डॉक्टर शंकर दयाल शर्मा से लेकर अब तक सभी माननीय सभापतियों के विदाई फेयरवेल इस कार्यक्रम को देखा है, लेकिन चूंकि आपसे व्यक्तिगत मेरा अटैचमेंट बहुत रहा, आपने जैसा स्नेह आपसे मुझे मिला वैसा किसी से पहले नहीं मिला था। हालांकि माननीय भैरव सिंह जी से भी बहुत अच्छे हमारे रिश्ते रहे, लेकिन आज जो मुझे महसूस हो रहा है आपके विदाई समारोह में, ऐसा अंदर से मुझे परेशानी कभी नहीं हुई। मैं मुझसे पहले जिन वक्ताओं ने जो कुछ कहा उनसे अपने आप को संबद्ध करते हुए यही कहना चाहूँगा कि आज आप सारे प्रोटोकॉल से और सारे बंधनों से मुक्त हो रहे हैं, इसलिए आगे आने वाले समय में आप अपनी जो दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति से स्वतंत्रता पूर्वक जो लोगों को संदेश दे सकते हों, चाहे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में जाके जब भी जाएंगे आपको तो बुलाएंगे ही लोग, और आप अपनी बात कहने में बहुत सिद्धहस्त हैं ही, तो उसमें कोई बंधन न हो। देश के हित में, संविधान के हित में जब भी कुछ कहना पड़े, मैं ये उम्मीद करूंगा कि आप उसी तरीके से कहेंगे। आप स्वस्थ रहें, आपका परिवार ठीक तरीके से रहे, यही मेरी कामना है।
धन्यवाद राम गोपाल जी। श्री विनय विश्वम।
Sir, these moments are really such moments where we feel that each words are so valuable. We find difficult to find the apt words to express our hearts. Sir, I remember the first day when I made a call to you. At that time, I was only a designate to become a member of the Rajya Sabha. But you were so kind to allow me to come to your house to meet you in person. I came there. I thought that you will give me 2 minutes or 3 minutes as you do here. But on that day, you were so benevolent. You were so kind to give me 30 to 40 minutes to talk. You talked about your past, your RSS days, the days in which you walked barefooted through the villages of southern India, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra, of course. Then you told me, ideologies may differ, but man, humankind, the greatness of that you mentioned to me. And on that day, you told the same thing that Britas was telling here. You told me about the glorious past of the communists in the Parliament of India. You mentioned the names of Prabhesh Gupta, Indrajit Gupta, Yodarmai Basu, Kiran Mukherjee, of course. You mentioned those names. And you told opposition has a role to play in democracy. And you told communists may be small in number. And you mentioned one more thing. Why the communists are remaining separated? You demanded for the communist unity, for which my party stands. And I remember, you very correctly told communists in that way can play a better role for the communists and for the democracy of this country. And so many such fond memories are there. Sir, you have scolded a lot in this house when we made some slogans here, then we made some ruckus, you may call it. I remember it. It was not purposeful. When I saw your face with sadness, I tell you now, I felt so sad, as if my uncle is feeling sad on me. That feeling you have engaged on all of us. Such is true that we differed on so many issues. But the man in you, I should tell, is a man who should be mentioned always in capital letters. Sir, once you made an open call to the public that the public should teach a lesson to all the members who make ruckus in the house. It was covered by all the newspapers. I was forced to write an article because my mind told me it should not go unnoticed. I was opposing your viewpoints. In that article I wrote, how you find us, how you treat this house. I wrote, you may have scolded us, you might have differed with us, but you always feel that we are your people and you feel this house as your own house and we feel that you are the guardian of this house. With that feeling, I differed with you. I strongly opposed you. And that opposition is ideological. But our love for you, regard for you, respect for you, sir, it is unchanged. Nobody can change it. Sir, I can tell you one more thing. When I look to the press gallery, I think why a Democrat like you still keep that house, that launch for the journalists remain like this. COVID days it was okay, but now there is no COVID. Sir, please see that whatever you can do afterwards, the house should be opened for the media. Without the media, without the public debates, without taking the message to the public, there is no meaning for a parliament. Right. I know that you understand it. Sir, while concluding, I would like to read the following, which I wrote here. Sir, thank you for upholding the greatness of this great country. Thank you for the commitments that you have cherished for the values of democracy. Thank you for the agonies that you might have experienced in your noble struggle to remain as a secular democrat in this difficult political landscape. Thank you for the tears that we showed in your eyes. That tears show who you are. I bow my head. Sir, if you allow me, I embrace you with all love, all respect, all affection, with the feeling that you are somebody so close to our hearts. I conclude, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, from Sri Ramji. Ramji. Nice.
धन्यवाद सर. जाहिर सी बात है सर, विदाई एक भावुक पल होता है और इस भावुक पल में ये जरूर होता है कि हम जैसे युवा और तमाम लोग कि उस व्यक्ति से क्या सीखते हैं. और सर, हम लोगों ने आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखा है. आपका जीवन का जो संघर्ष जो हमने पढ़ा कि जो आपका जय आंध्रा मूवमेंट रहा हो और चाहे वो जयप्रकाश नारायण जी की छात्र समिति संघर्ष समिति रही हो, इन सारे मूवमेंटों में आपने बड़ा ही संघर्ष किया और आंध्रा के नेल्लोर गांव से एक छोटे से गांव में जन्म लेकर के आपने इस देश के उपराष्ट्रपति तक का सफ़र तय किया है. ये हम सब के लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत श्रीमान जी है. और बहुत सारी बातें मेरे पास नहीं हैं, लेकिन ये जरूर है कि आपकी जो ऊर्जा, आपकी जो एनर्जी, आपका जो देश प्रेम है, वो हम सब के लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत है और हम सबको प्रेरणा हमेशा देता रहेगा और हम सबको आपकी याद आती रहेगी. और हम सभी लोग आपके जीवन की शुभकामनाएं करते हैं कि आगे फ्यूचर में भी आप ऐसे स्वस्थ रहें और हम सबसे कनेक्ट रहें. जय हिंद. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद राम जी. श्री कनकमेड रविंद्र कुमार.
Thank you, sir. I have a great privilege to speak on this occasion, but with heavy heart. Sir, your journey as presiding officer of this August House commenced on 11th August 2017. after completing your term, you will demitting the office on 10th August. Your entire tenure as presiding officer of this August House is very eventful and remarkable with your innovations. Sir, I have learned so many things under your leadership and how to become a good parliamentarian. And you are always reminded as a guiding force to me and to all the members of this August House, and always motivated the members of this House to give their best discussion, passing of bill, and whatever the business that were transacted in this House. Sir, I don't have any hesitation to say that you are a pride of the country in general, particularly Telugu people in particular. Sir, the way you promoted usage of Indian languages in the House and encouraged more and more members, sir, use their mother tongue in raising the issues in the House, appreciated by one and all. Sir, I could recollect that the bonding with you, I had its genesis during the student life as a leader of the student leader and or the leader of Jayendra movement itself, starting from Nellore district. And the bonding started during the student life, continued between us till now. It will continue forever. Sir, the books written by you during your tenure as presiding officer of this August House stands testimony to the scholarly aptitude you have within yourself. You never missed any forums to give speech on wide-ranging subjects, which shows the deep knowledge you have in each and every subject. Under your auspicious leadership, we had the privilege of online submissions of various notices through e-notices portal. Many efforts were made to reduce the usage of the paper in the day-to-day functioning of the House. Sir, you have been rendering marvelous services to the particularly Telugu states under a Swarna Bharati Trust. And now, though you are retiring from this office, according to your words, but you are not tired. Sir, I hope that you will continue the services and also render service to the public at large without any restrictions at present. Sir, finally, sir, on one occasion I have seen an angry from you, but I never witnessed, and that only recently when the House was frequently disrupted, that you have expressed your anguish by saying that my operation depends on your cooperation, otherwise there will be separation. So, like that, sir, you are always encouraging the words, treasury benches and also the opposition benches. And thank you for your guidance, and it will, I hope that your guidance will continue forever. Thank you for giving us.
Thank you. Ramdas ji. Ramdas ji Atwale.
सभापति महोदय, आप हमें छोड़कर जा रहे हैं। सभापति महोदय, आप हमें छोड़कर जा रहे हैं, फिर हम यहाँ क्या करेंगे? आपने हमें विश्वास दिया है। आपने हमें इतना विश्वास दिया है कि हम किसी को नहीं डरेंगे। आपने हमें इतना विश्वास दिलाया है कि हम किसी को नहीं डरेंगे और 2024 का चुनाव नरेंद्र मोदी जी नहीं हारेंगे। आपने मुझे मौका दिया हर बार, आपने मुझे मौका दिया हर बार, इसलिए मैं करता रहा कांग्रेस पर वार।
आज मत करिए।
आप कभी नहीं मानने वाले हैं हार, आप कभी नहीं मानने वाले हैं हार, इसलिए आप आइए फिर एक बार। जो आते थे बार बार वेल, जो आते थे बार बार वेल, उनको सस्पेंड करके आपने उनका बंद कर दिया था खेल। कांग्रेस वाले तो आपके सामने हो गए हैं फेल। कांग्रेस वाले तो आपके सामने हो गए हैं फेल, इसलिए अभी वो नहीं आएंगे बेल।
ठीक है, चलो पार्टी को छोड़िए।
इसलिए मैं इतना ही बताना चाहता हूं कि आपका अंदाज बहुत अच्छा था। आप सभी लोगों को साथ में लेकर चलते थे। आप गड़बड़ करने वालों को मतलब 1 मिनट के अंदर हाउस एडजन करते थे। उनको ज्यादा हंगामा करने का मौका भी नहीं मिलता था। लेकिन ठीक बात है कि आप एक स्टडीड थे। आप हाउस चलाने के बारे में बहुत ही अच्छा आपका अनुभव रहा। 5 साल तक आप हमारे साथ रहे और सभी मेंबर को आपने मौका देने का काम भी आपने किया है। टाइम कम होने से हमें भी, मैं जब बोलता था तब आप बेल बजाते थे, आप बेल बजाते थे, मैं बोलते रहता था। और लेकिन बहुत बार आपने मुझे भी मौका दे दिया है। मेरी पार्टी जो रिपब्लिकन पार्टी है, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जी की पार्टी है, संविधान निर्माता की पार्टी है, इस पार्टी के तरफ से मैं आपको हार्दिक हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं। लेकिन हम आपको छोड़ेंगे नहीं, हम आपको हमेशा बुलाते रहेंगे, आपका स्पीच सुनते रहेंगे। इस हाउस में तो आपका स्पीच हमने बहुत बार सुना है, लेकिन बाहर भी हम आपको हमेशा बुलाएंगे और आपका मार्गदर्शन हम लेते रहेंगे। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आपको हार्दिक हार्दिक शुभकामना देता हूं। आपने हाउस बहुत अच्छा चलाया, इसीलिए आपको शुभकामना देता हूं। जय भीम, जय भारत।
राइट, राम जी। श्री वीरेंद्र वैश्य, you have only 2 minutes.
Honorable Chairman, sir, on behalf of my party, Assam Gana Parishad, I'm standing here today not to say goodbye or farewell to you, sir. Because, sir, goodbye and farewell is not applicable you, sir. Sir, in my student life, when I took part in the debate, once I got a topic, the topic of debate was that we cannot say goodbye to Mahatma. Sir, we cannot say goodbye to you because your work, your advice, your guidance, always remembering you, sir. Sir, in my parliamentary life, I have seen you as a senior minister, as a senior colleague of this house, and as a honorable chairman of this house, sir. Sir, as a minister of rural development, you are the most successful minister, and you are a very learned, sir. You are a very learned person, sir, and it was already reflected in your speeches in the parliament, from where we can learn many things in our life, sir. I remember, sir, in the year 2014, when I was in the 2009, when I was the member of this house, when I spoken to any topic.
Coming from
no cross talking. No. Gee, please.
I'm coming from a backward area of Palnadu, which is very famous for chilies and cotton, sir. But in the last 2 years, because of new infestations like thrips, the chili crop has literally gone waste, sir, and the farmers have almost lost per acre to the tune of 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees, sir. Sir, in Guntur district, including Palnadu, there is another 2 parliaments, sir, Guntur and half of Bapatla, sir. Whole of Guntur district put together, it's a very big agriculture powerhouse, sir, but it doesn't have a single Krishi Vijnana Kendra, sir. In the last 3 years, there is a lot of effort that has been put to bring Krishi Vijnana Kendra to Palnadu area, sir, and mostly to Guntur area, sir. But this government is talking about agriculture and a lot of benefits that is giving it to agriculture, sir. But for the private societies, the new Krishi Vijnana Kendras, they're not giving it, sir. Even when the government is applying, state government is applying for a new Krishi Vijnana Kendra, sir, even then they're not sanctioning it, sir. Sir, I had the opportunity to visit Baramati, sir. They had one of the best KVK there, sir. The amount of work they're doing with the farmers and farmers over there, with the sugarcane farmers, it is to be seen to be believed, sir. So This government is talking so much about farmers and doubling farmers' income. So I request through you, sir, this government to sanction one Krishi Vigyan Kendra, sir. The application is pending with the government for the last 3 years, sir. So that we request that to be processed soon and sanction the KVK to Palnadu area, sir. Thank you.
दिनेश चंद्र यादव जी।
धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय। बिहार राज्य अंतर्गत मेरे संसदीय क्षेत्र मधेपुरा के ग्वालपाड़ा प्रखंड अंतर्गत बिसवारी घाट कोसी नदी पर स्थानीय जनता द्वारा विगत कई वर्षों से पुल निर्माण की मांग किया जा रहा है, लेकिन अभी तक पुल का निर्माण नहीं हो सका। जबकि पुल का सर्वेक्षण भी किया गया, वहां पर 6 गुना 21.75 मीटर आकार का उच्च स्तरीय पुल की आवश्यकता बताई गई है। यह बिसवारी घाट मधेपुरा और सहरसा जिला के सीमा पर अवस्थित है, जो दोनों जिला के विभिन्न गांवों को जोड़ती है। यहां पर पुल नहीं रहने से आम लोगों को आवागमन में भारी कठिनाई होती है। NH 106 ग्वालपाड़ा से बिसवारी घाट तक प्रधानमंत्री सड़क योजना के पथ का निर्माण हुआ, लेकिन उक्त पथ के अंतिम छोर पर नदी में पुल नहीं बनाई गई है। बिसवारी घाट पर पुल बन जाने से सहरसा जिला के लोगों को NH 106 पर आने में काफी सुविधा होगी। अतः जनहित में मैं आपके माध्यम से सरकार से मांग करता हूं कि मधेपुरा एवं सहरसा जिला के सीमा पर बिसवारी घाट पर पुल निर्माण कराई जाए। धन्यवाद।
श्री विष्णुदयाल राम जी।
धन्यवाद सभापति जी। मैं अपने क्षेत्र की एक अति महत्वपूर्ण विषय की ओर आपका ध्यान आकृष्ट कराना चाहता हूं। मैं पलामू संसदीय क्षेत्र का प्रतिनिधित्व करता हूं, जिसके दोनों जिले पलामू एवं गढ़वा आकांक्षी जिलों की श्रेणी में आते हैं। जब से ये आकांक्षी जिले घोषित हुए हैं, निश्चित रूप से स्थानीय प्रशासन की संवेदनशीलता बढ़ी है। उपायुक्त तो उप विकास आयुक्त का प्रखंडों में दौरा हो रहा है, जनता की समस्याएं उनके द्वारा सुनी जा रही हैं, पर इससे हमारे यहाँ की जो समस्या है उसका समाधान होने वाला नहीं है। सबसे बड़ी समस्या मेरे क्षेत्र की पलायनवाद की है। प्रतिवर्ष करीब करीब 2 से 3 लाख लोग दूसरे राज्यों में रोजगार के लिए जाते हैं, जीविकोपार्जन के लिए जाते हैं। ऐसी परिस्थिति में वहाँ पर एक जपला सीमेंट फैक्ट्री थी, वो भी वर्षों से बंद पड़ी हुई है और उसके खुलने की भी कोई संभावना नहीं है। हालांकि सीमेंट फैक्ट्री दूसरे कंपनियों के द्वारा खोली जा सकती है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर रॉ मटेरियल भी है, पानी भी है, बिजली भी है, लेबर भी है। इसके अलावा रेलवे के द्वारा एक एक्सिल फैक्ट्री खोली जा सकती है या अन्य विभागों या मंत्रालयों द्वारा इस दिशा में कदम उठाया जा सकता है। अतः मेरा आपके माध्यम से सरकार से ये निवेदन है कि पलामू जैसे संसदीय क्षेत्र में जो अत्यंत पिछड़ा है, वहां पर किसी प्रकार की फैक्ट्री लगाने की व्यवस्था की जाए ताकि लोगों को रोजगार मिल सके।
श्री निशिकांत दुबे जी।
धन्यवाद सभापति महोदय। मैं इस सदन में पिछले 13-14 साल से झारखंड के घुसपैठ के बारे में हमेशा मुद्दा उठाते रहा हूं कि बांग्लादेश से जुड़े होने के कारण हमारे क्षेत्र में घुसपैठ एक बड़ी समस्या है और इसका हिंदू और मुसलमान से कोई लेना देना नहीं सर। बांग्लादेश घुसपैठ क्योंकि वो जब आते हैं तो हमारे मुसलमान भाइयों का भी रोजगार छीनते हैं, हिंदू का तो रोजगार छीनते ही। लेकिन अभी जो एक नया ट्रेंड चालू हुआ है सर कि पूरा इस्लामीकरण के लिए, मैं 3-4 पॉइंट जो है आपके माध्यम से, सदन के माध्यम से सरकार को जो है बताना चाहता हूं कि भोले भाले आदिवासियों को शादी करके, आदिवासी लड़कियों के साथ शादी करके पूरे बांग्लादेश के जो मुसलमान हैं वो पूरी डेमोग्राफी को चेंज करने के लिए उतारू हैं। और इसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण है सर कि अभी मेरे बगल के जिले साहबगंज में जो जिला परिषद की अध्यक्षा बनी है वो आदिवासी कोटे से, क्योंकि वो शेड्यूल ट्राइब के लिए रिजर्व था, लेकिन उनकी जो शादी है वो मुसलमान में हुई। और ये एक उदाहरण मैंने दिया है, इस तरह के लाखों उदाहरण। दूसरा, यदि आपने ध्यान दिया होगा सर, तो जामताड़ा एक सीरियल बना जिसमें जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का डिजिटल इकोनॉमी है, जितने देश के साइबर क्राइम होते हैं वो साइबर क्रिमिनल सारे के सारे उसी संथालपन्ना में, उसी जामताड़ा में है, उसी देवघर में है, उसी गोड्डा में है, उसी पाकुड़ में है और साहबगंज में है। तीसरा जो सवाल है सर कि जितनी गायें हैं, यदि आप मेरे रास्ते में जाएंगे सर, यदि गोड्डा से चलेंगे, देवघर से चलेंगे, तो आपको रात में जो है लाखों लाख गायें जो हैं वो जाती हुई नजर आएंगी। वो सब बांग्लादेश जा रही है, बालू जा रहा है, गिट्टी जा रहा है, ये सब इलीगल है सर, सब गलत है। उसी दिन, आज से 2 दिन पहले मैंने इसी सदन में मुद्दा उठाया था सर पूरे इस्लामीकरण का, जिसको झारखंड सरकार ने माना कि जो सरकारी स्कूल है वो उर्दू हो गया है, रविवार के बदले वहां शुक्रवार को छुट्टी होती है। 3, 4, 5 मुद्दे के कारण पूरा अशांत हो गया क्षेत्र और पूरे इस्लामीकरण के लिए बढ़ रहा है। मेरा आपके माध्यम से भारत सरकार से आग्रह है कि एक तो एनपीआर वहां लागू करें सर, एनआईए का ऑफिस वहां हो, और चूंकि झारखंड सरकार और कांग्रेस मिलकर इन सारे एक्टिविटी को मदद कर रही है, इसलिए धारा 356 के अंतर्गत झारखंड में राष्ट्रपति शासन लागू हो। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
सर, मैं माननीय सड़क एवं परिवहन मंत्री जी के ध्यान में लाना चाहता हूं कि मेरे लोकसभा क्षेत्र अंबाला के अंतर्गत पंचकुला जिले का पिंजौर वाया नालागढ़ 4 लेन व पुल तथा सूरजपुर वाया बद्दी पुल, जो कि अभी बहुत ही बुरी दशा में है, आए दिन सड़कों पर दुर्घटनाएं बढ़ती जा रही हैं। हाईवे पर ट्रैफिक दिन रात बढ़ता जा रहा है और बरसात के दिनों में सड़कों पर गड्ढे होने से जल भराव भी काफी बढ़ गया है, जिस कारण सड़कों पर दुर्घटनाओं का होना स्वाभाविक है। माननीय मंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में, माननीय श्री नितिन गडकरी जी के नेतृत्व में पिंजौर वाया नालागढ़ 4 लेन व पुल तथा सूरजपुर वाया बद्दी पुल का शिलान्यास किया गया था, परंतु अभी कार्य पूरा नहीं हुआ है। मैं माननीय सड़क एवं परिवहन मंत्री जी से मांग करता हूं कि बढ़ते हुए ट्रैफिक व आए दिन सड़कों पर बढ़ रही दुर्घटनाओं में कमी लाने के लिए पिंजौर वाया नालागढ़ 4 लेन व पुल तथा सूरजपुर वाया बद्दी पुल का कार्य अतिशीघ्र पूरा किया जाए, जिससे लोगों को आने जाने में साथ ही ट्रैफिक की समस्या से निजात मिल सके। मैं आदरणीय मंत्री जी का इस बात के लिए भी धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने मेरे लोकसभा क्षेत्र में 4 लेन सड़कों का जाल बिछाया है, इसके लिए भी मैं उनका धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं।
Sir, I would like to draw the attention of the House to a very important matter related to the unemployment and national security of this country. Sir, the Agnipath scheme, which was announced by the Government of India on 14th June 2022, the Indian Armed Forces, including the Army, Navy and Air Force, will recruit young people from the age of 17.5 to 21 as Agniveers for a period of service for 4 years, including 6 months of training. Sir, we all know that serving in the armed forces demand longer training to guard the country, the lives of fellow soldiers and themselves. Sir, 6 months of training is inadequate to serve the country efficiently in the armed forces to meet the challenges of the modern battlefield. Sir, we are at a juncture where we need to strengthen the armed forces by equipping them with technological advancements and professionalism, as we are facing severe threats from our neighboring countries in the recent scenario. Sir, any move to dilute the efficiency of the Indian Army is compromising on the national security. Sir, the armed forces of our country, namely the Army, Navy and Air Forces, have been the pride of our nation. Sir, Agnipaths or Agniveers are not going to be an alternative for unemployment. Sir, Narendra Modi jab aaye the, sir, bola tha 2 crore jobs denge har saal, 2 crore jobs every year. Sir, this is not a way of satisfying it, sir. Just one more point, Agniveers are not eligible for allowances like pension, gratuity, healthcare scheme, canteen store department facilities, extended insurance schemes, or ex-serviceman status. Sir, this is a very important issue. The government of India should withdraw the Agnipath scheme and provide employment to the young people.
धन्यवाद माननीय सभापति जी। मैं आज आपके बीच हमारी लोकसभा में बैठने वाली मेरी साथी सांसद सदस्य रंजीता कोली के बारे में मैं बोलना चाहती हूं। एक महिला सांसद होने के नाते मुझे भी आपको जरूर बताना चाहिए कि कल जो घटना राजस्थान भरतपुर में हमारी बहन के ऊपर हमला हुआ है, जो गलत काम कर रहे हैं उन लोगों को सजा नहीं करना और बहन के ऊपर हमला करना, चौथी बार ये हमला हुआ है। सभापति जी, मैं आपसे मांग करती हूँ कि जो कांग्रेस के वहां पे जो सरकार है, वहां के जो सीएम है, वो सीएम ने, हमने कायदा बनाया है कि जो बेटियां हैं उनके ऊपर बलात्कार होगा तो उनको सजा होगी फांसी की, लेकिन राजस्थान के सीएम ने कोई बेटी के ऊपर बलात्कारी को फांसी नहीं मिलेगी, ऐसा उन्होंने अपना खुद का कानून बनाया है। सर, हम आपसे मांग करते हैं कि जो भी कल हमारी बहन के ऊपर हमला हुआ है, उन हमलेवार को सजा होनी चाहिए और जो गलत काम कर रहे थे उनके ऊपर भी कामगिरी होनी चाहिए, सजा उनको मिलनी चाहिए। ऐसी हम सब, हमारी महिला सांसद के ऊपर जो हुआ, हम सब आपसे मांग कर रहे हैं।
आप संबद्ध कर
ये जो भी, धन्यवाद स्पीकर जी।
सभा की कार्यवाही दोपहर 2:15 तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।